Hey, my name's Dr. Justin T. Hammond, owner of Next Level Health Center. I'm glad you guys land on this page and you're interested in wondering what this digestive reset book, what's it all about? Possibly, is this for me? Can I help somebody that I know that's struggling with digestive problem? So the purpose of this book, digestive reset book, is to stop the disease process, reverse the damage that's caused by the disease that you're experiencing, and then restore your health and vitality back. This book is a step-by-step process of how to do that. And is this book right for you? We're going to be diving in and talk about that. So what I've done in this presentation is I wanted to talk and just take you guys through a mini consultation exam. I'm a doctor, I'm a practitioner, I work with people all the time one-on-one, and I'm going to take you guys through just a mini consultation that we've done with people and say, hey, is your health issue caused by some digestive problem? And so we're going to be looking at different digestive organs, different things inside your body and see if it's working, because if we find any of these tests that are positive, this book is going to benefit you. So before I dive into that, what do you want from your healthcare? I ask this question to everyone that comes to my office, any presentation, any event that I do. I'll say, what do you want from your healthcare? So if you guys are thinking like, what do I really want? Everyone says, I want to get well. I want to get off my medication. I want to be full of energy. I want to get my life back. And I always tell them, this is what we get from Medicare. Medicare kind of sets the foundation for all health insurances, all just pretty much everything inside. So this is what they say. So if you guys can see, this is something I pulled out of their book. I circled it several times so you guys can emphasize what I'm going to say here is. But maintenance therapy is what they call this. Is a treatment plan that seeks to prevent disease, promote health, prolong and enhance the quality of your life, or a therapy that's performed to maintain or prevent deterioration of a chronic condition. So what they're saying is insurance will not cover you to get better. The design is to keep you sick. That is the model that they're in. And so this whole book that I've created is stuff we've been using in my office to get people off medications, to get people their life back, and restore their health and function. So let's dive right in. So this is one of the first things we do in our exam is we look at people's tongues. So this is some Chinese medicine, some Chinese philosophy that we look into. So if you guys can see this chart right here, a normal tongue is just normal. It's nice and pink. There's no teeth marks. There's no bumps. It's just nice and smooth on the edges. Everything looks beautiful. That's what a normal tongue looks like. So pull out your phone, take a picture with it right now. If you're on it, maybe pause it, go get a mirror, like a little hand mirror. But I want you to look at your tongue, because what we're going to see is different things inside your tongue lets us know what your body's doing. And is it a digestive issue? How's it all relate? Do they intertwine? And what you're going to find out is when you look at this, you're going to have multiple different things from these different tongues on your tongue. So if we start seeing little marks on the side of your teeth, that's the first one here, it says adrenals above it. That starts telling us that your body's under adrenal fatigue, that your body's using so much energy, and your liver produces cholesterol, produces that, and it turns into cortisol, which is your stress response. We're using a lot of that right there, so we're becoming very deficient. So we have some hormonal imbalances. We start seeing little dots on our tongue. That also tells us there's some hormonal issues, that we're in a chronic state of stress. And just so you know, stress, first thing it does is it shuts down all digestive processes in the stomach. That's the first thing it does, because you don't have to break down food at all. Your body wants to be able to run, to fight, whatever it needs to do to survive the chronic or the stress that's going on. Then we start moving over to the next one, which is digestive. This is where we start to see coatings on the tongue. Start seeing, look at your tongue, it's got a yellow coating on it. Your tongue's red, a little bit redder than just pink. It's red. That tells us that there's a digestive problem. If you start seeing like a white, greasy coating, so we have yellow, means the body's creating a lot of heat, a lot of inflammation, and we start seeing white. It's just the opposite of that. It's very pale. It's kind of shut down, and it's very swollen. So your tongue should be nice and thin and not so swollen, puffy. And then the last one is we see over there on that top, over there, it says toxicity. This one's very rare. But if you have any of this thing right here, a purple tongue that looks like this with black spots all over it like that, you need to go to the ER. That's like your body's in a very sick state called septic, and we don't want that. It's very rare to see that in typical office right now. Then we see, say your tongue's really red, but the tip of your tongue's more red than everything else. That tells us that the heart is under some stress. So the circulation of blood flow, circulation of nutrition, it's under some major stress. And we start seeing kidneys, which is another yellow, greasy coating. Then we look over at thyroid, it's very pale tongue. So you see how they intertwine? Like stomach is pale, thyroid is pale. So they all work together. We start seeing cracks down your tongue and kind of cracks on your tongue. That relates to your body very hormonal imbalances, which are relating to your digestive, because digestive is also a red tongue. And then lymph is very pale and swollen tongue. So see how they're all combined? We look at this whole thing. So look at your tongue and tell me, what is your tongue telling you? So if you don't have a normal tongue and you have any of these other tongues, we have a digestive problem. Let's go to the next test here. So one of the things I always ask people is, do you have a food allergy? Do you have an intolerance to certain foods? Can you not handle gluten? Can you not handle dairy? Can you not handle anything else like nightshades or anything that we've been told? Fish makes me sick. I'm not that you don't like it, it's just if you eat it, it makes you sick. So what we say is if you have any kind of food allergy whatsoever, any food intolerances, you have a digestive problem. It can be fixed. It can be reversed. We're told all the time that it's once you have it, you're having it for the rest of your life. That's because that's the medical model. They're designed to keep you sick, like we talked about earlier. They're designed to keep you sick and not get you well. We have a step-by-step process, and how we start out with everyone, we start them on this digestive reset, which I've put into this book. It's a 12-week process, but it's the step-by-step process of how to stop it, reverse it, and heal your body, because there's no other animal on the planet that's allergic to their food. If they are, they all start to die and they don't exist. Why has we been, as humans, been accepting that it's okay to have food allergies? It's not okay. But I want to tell you is you can get better. So what I say is if you also have a hard time losing weight, like you're turning weight and you do everything you can, you're decreasing your calories, you're counting your calories, you're doing everything you can, you're exercising really hard, and you have a hard time losing weight, that's a digestive problem. If you every time you go to detox, you get massive headaches, you get sick, you get lethargic, you're swollen, you can't function, your brain starts to go crazy, you have a digestive problem. And if you can't miss a meal, if you can't like intermittent fast, if you can't do anything, if you can't miss a meal and you're snacking all the time and you're grazing, that's a digestive problem. So here's one of the tests I'm going to have you guys do. So there's some pictures of me doing the test real quick. I know they're not the greatest pictures, but they're there. So here's this. First thing I need you to stand up straight. So if you're watching this on your phone, just hold your phone in front of you. I want you to stand up straight, and then I want you to balance on one leg. So we'll lift one leg up, and then I want you to hold it there. We should be able to hold it there for 30 seconds. Okay, if you put your arms out at all, if you try to brace yourself on anything, so just to be cautious, I'll give you right now. So you might want to hang on to something if you have really bad balance. I do not want you to fall. I do not want you to get hurt. So here's my caution to you. Please be careful, right? So here it is. You're standing there. You're standing on one leg, eyes open, looking straight ahead. Fantastic. If you can do that, that's awesome. Now switch legs and do the other one. Lift the leg up, hold it. Doing great. So if you're able to do both of those with your eyes open without falling over, that's half the test. You did great. Now we do the same thing with your eyes closed. So go ahead and pause this video for a second. I want you to do the test with your eyes closed. Okay, now that you're back, I want you guys to, did you fall over? Did you tip over? So what happens is we took part of your brain out of the process, like your visual input from your eyes, and we're requiring your brain and your body to work like it's supposed to do. We're checking the function of the vagus nerve and its health. So if you had any tipsy-turvy, you had to hang on to something, whether it's your eyes are open or eyes are closed, guess what? When this happens, the vagus nerve also runs down to the digestive system. So if that is not working, that means your digestive system is not working at 100%. We got to get that corrected. Now, here's one of the things that we learn in all the time, it's called kinesiology, different reflexes that the stomach body shows what's going on. So I'm going to go over these with you. So now that you're sitting down, I encourage you to go back and sit down. Let's go over these reflex points for you. So we're going to go through each one of these, and I'm going to talk a little bit about them more in detail. So the first one is we want to look at the stomach. So we look at the left thumb web. So if you look at your hands, of course, the left hand, so thumb web is the one right in between here. I don't know if you guys can see that on my camera, but it's the thumb web right in between here. So if that's tender, okay, that means their stomach is not breaking down food properly. Your stomach is inflamed. You can have some ulcers. Your body's just not producing the enzymes it needs. There's so many reasons why you have a stomach problem. Okay, we can't say, it's a stomach problem, I just need to take more Tums. Don't do that, okay? So we just know that there's a left thumb web problem, and then we also go to the left shoulder. There's 2 points on the left shoulder. Okay, so if you go down to the middle of your body, so if you look right here as I'm showing you, right in the middle, and you go down to the third rib. So we got 1, 2, 3. If that's tender, we have that means that's a reflex point for a thing called a hiatal hernia, which you'll see that in the next one down there. It's called a hiatal hernia. So if that's tender, that means the stomach has no longer been like this. It's now shoving up in your diaphragm. It's going to affect your breathing. It's going to affect your circulation. It's going to affect your breakdown of digestive foods. And so now we're going to get undigested foods going to the small intestine, causing damage, all kinds. That's what we start seeing. One of the big reasons why we see leaky gut is the malposition of the stomach. So anyone that's put on weight, if you've been pregnant at all, everything's been shoved up there, that's going to cause a hiatal hernia right there. And then we also got the left shoulder, right where that, so your bicep tendon, I don't know if you can see your bicep comes up just like this, inserts right inside there. If that's tender, we know that's also a stomach problem. People come to my office and they say, oh man, my left shoulder hurts. and I look at it and I say, okay, all their motions all there, everything like that, and I go to their stomach, and their stomach is the problem why they're having left shoulder pain. Crazy. So I fix their stomach, their shoulder pain goes away. They've probably been possibly like adjusted. They've been doing physical therapy. They do rehabs, stretching, exercise. Nothing gets better. And then we fix their stomach, their pain goes away in their shoulder. It is awesome. Okay. The third one down is called the small intestine. So that one's going to be around your belly button. So here's your belly button like this. So you're going to go all the way around, about 1 inch all the way around your belly button, your small intestine. So if there's any like tight muscles, they call them trigger points, little bumps, anything like that, if it's very tender around your belly button, that's a small intestine problem. That means you're not absorbing nutrients. That means all the minerals, all the vitamins you're not absorbing, and so we cannot detoxify properly. We cannot make hormones properly. We cannot do many things without the vitamins and minerals. They're very important. So we got the fats, proteins, and carbs, but those are only good as we get the vitamins in. Next one's your gallbladder. So now let's go to the right hand thumb web. That right there is your gallbladder. So whether you have a gallbladder or don't have a gallbladder, this should not be tender at all. So anytime we see that tender, we know that the gallbladder, which stores bile from the liver, and that bile is very important to break down fats and proteins. So if that's not working, if you have your gallbladder gone, you're going to have a harder time breaking down a lot of foods. Okay, there's going to be some adjustments that we're going to have to make there, and it's all outlined inside my book of all the adjustments you need to make if you do not have a gallbladder. Pancreas. Okay, so this is the right thumb pad. So if you look at your right hand, this thumb pad right here, so right where your thumb, that pad right there, if that's tender, that's your pancreas. That means insulin's not balancing very well. Your glucose is going to be off. I know you probably had some blood tests like A1C. They're like, oh, it's good. But then you touch this and it's really tender. It means your pancreas is inflamed. That's not a good thing. We got to get that taken care of. Liver. So that's your right forearm. So if you look at your forearm, so right here, that's your forearm. I want you to take it and I want you to rub it. That's tender. If like crossing the muscles, that's tender, then that's a liver problem. And also, so on the opposite side, just like we did on the left side was for the stomach, on the right side is also for the liver. So we're going to come down. So right there, that's the liver point. If the third rib down. So just pretty much other side of the body, right there. If that's tender, that's liver. So one is one part of the liver, one's the other part of the. So there's two parts of the liver for detoxification. We're looking at both sides of the liver. And if any one of those are tender, we're not going to detox properly. The liver's not functioning properly. And the liver is really important for hormone balance, for detoxifying the body. There's so many functions that the liver does, and if it's not working, you're never going to have a healthy body. Your body's going to be constantly fighting all the time. And your blood work may show that it's quote, quote, normal. But when I tell people like the blood work shows normal, and I said according to who, because it doesn't look normal to me, with it fix their liver and their detox pathways, and all their blood work gets better, and they improve in every area. Last one is your lymphatic system. So that's your entire right thumb. So just rub your whole entire thumb. If that isn't working and that's sore, people say, my thumb just hurts. I don't know. I didn't do anything to my right thumb. It just hurts. That means your body's not getting rid of toxins. The lymph's staying in there in the body, and your body's recycling the toxins, and it's causing damage in your body. That means your brain's not able to detox properly. We're having nothing but problems. So if you see, all of these are part of the digestive system, your stomach, okay, your small intestine, your gallbladder, your pancreas, your liver, and your lymphatics. All of these, we got a large intestine there too, but there's no reflex for that. We're going to show it that one. But all of these are important for the digestive system. We say the digestive issue is causing all your health problems. This is why, because it's all encompassing. Let's go to the next test. This is called the Raglans Test. So this lets us know how well your body handles change. Can your body handle stress? Is it under a stress state? Is it hormone imbalances? We're going to look at all of this right here, right now. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to sit in a chair, and I want you to sit up straight, and then I want you to put your chin to your chest, as you see in that picture right there. And then I want you to hold your breath, like hold the pressure in, and then I want you to stand up really quickly. Okay, before I give you that caution, make sure you can fall back on a chair or something, because this usually gets people pretty dizzy pretty quickly. So tilt your head down, put your chin to your chest, hold your breath, stand up really, really fast. Remember, your chin's still there, and then I want you to look up really quickly. And if you start to get dizzy or sway or lose your balance, we know you have a hormone problem. Your body's not absorbing nutrients. It's struggling like there, and it's a digestive problem that can easily be fixed. Okay, then we also look at, is your headaches, neck, shoulder, neck pain, all these things possibly telling us what's going on. So if you look at this chart, this is called a Merrick chart. This was a chart created by a medical doctor who wanted to prove the chiropractic profession wrong, because we used to say like this part of your spine relates to this organ and it leads to these health issues. He said you're full of crock. This doesn't make sense to you. So he went in there, he took a bunch of bodies, he just started dissecting all of them, and he found out, like, he found found a liver problem. He would trace it all the way back to the spine. And in the spine area, that spine had some kind of issue. It had arthritis, it was deteriorating, it was twisted. It was like, oh my goodness. As he did all this, he actually wrote a book that the profession uses, the chiropractic profession uses all the time to study this and how it all intertwines and interrelates. So if you look at your headaches, so look at, like, up here in the top one, it says cranial C1 and C2 relates to headaches. If you come over here, if we start seeing kind of food allergies, that's related to a lot of headaches, food sensitivities, allergies, influenza. This is where your immune system is right there in your gut. So we don't have that working, you're going to start getting headaches. And if you go down here to even to the knee pain, your knee could be an indicator that there's something going on. So if you look down here, it says knee, right? We're like, okay, if I have knee pain, that also relates to my colon. If I'm a male, it's a prostate, female, it's a uterus. Relates to bowel problems, coated tongue. We talked about the tongue earlier. You know, got headaches, allergies, hemorrhoids, varicose veins. Holy cow. So if there's any imbalance in this spine or health, we're going to see intertwined. Like as a chiropractor, we don't just adjust spine, we have to fix the other problem to correct the spine also. Because I can adjust you all day long, but if we don't correct the lifestyle and correct the organs, that's going to keep shifting out of balance. So this is one of the reasons why we implement this digestive reset book. First thing that happens inside my office. All right, so now we look at the health of the nervous system. So what I mean by the nervous system, it's your whole entire brain, your spinal cord, and all the nerves that go out to the body and back into the body. They should be in this state at the very top here. It says balanced nervous system. Okay, so look at this sheet and you check off all that. So I have high energy, I have very few symptoms, right? I'm positive mental attitude, I'm mental alert, I'm active, I'm vibrant. Okay, but if you go down here, you look down and you go, okay, yeah, I'm losing my attention. I forget where my keys are. I'm kind of impulsive, snappy. I'm easily distracted, disorganized. Man, I'm a little under aroused. I mean, my nervous system's kind of shutting down. I'm kind of like, ugh, okay. And then another one's like, you know what? I got cold hands and feet all the time. I got tight muscles. My teeth are always grinding. I got like anxiety. But I have anxiety and depression. And then if you do both those, you go to the word called unstable. Because you have both over and under together creates the unstable. These people have like PMS, hot flashes, sleep problems, seizures. Their body's just unstable. Once you get past unstable and you just don't get it corrected, the body starts going down to this thing called the exhausted nervous system, where the body has no control over it. So the brain can no longer tell the body what to do. The body kind of starts doing its own thing, and it starts attacking itself. This is hence the word for autoimmune. So this is where we start seeing cancers, rheumatoid arthritis, diabetes, MS, depression, chronic depression. So if this is not corrected, if we do not take stress off the brain and the nervous system, if we don't correct the lifestyle that keeps triggering this to go, we will never get better. Inside this book, we talk about what you need to do and how you need to do it to get this nervous system back into balance. Okay, so that was kind of my quick test for you. That's a quick exam. We do a little bit more inside the office when we work with people, but if one or more of these tests were positive, meaning you failed, like you tipped over, you had stuff on your tongue, or you got all these pains, like your nervous system is in the right state, then you're going to benefit from the Digestive Reset book. So go down below, click the link, get the book, start following the step-by-step process, and I can't wait to see and hear from you about how amazing your life has turned and transformed and the miracles that are happening in your life because you implemented the Digestive Reset book. Can't wait to talk to you. Have a great day.